Daniel had always been the quiet one in the family. He didn't complain, didn't expect much. He just did what was right. When their mother fell ill, it was Daniel who quit his job to take care of her. When their father slipped into early dementia, it was Daniel who sold his car to cover the medical bills. His older brother, Eric, visited once a month, sometimes, with flowers and flashy smiles. But the real work, the sleepless nights, the hospital runs, the arguments with insurance agents, the meals prepared with trembling hands, that was Daniel. And he never asked for anything in return. He just believed family would do what's right. Eventually, he was wrong. Daniel was in his mid-30s. While his friends built careers, traveled, and started families, he was stuck in his childhood home. He bathed his father, cooked meals for his mother, managed every appointment, every medicine, every emergency. He worked part-time jobs to stay afloat, giving up any dream of success. Eric, on the other hand, had it all: an expensive apartment in New York, a high-paying job, and an Instagram-perfect life. But their parents loved Eric. He was the golden child. Daniel, he was the dependable one, the invisible one. When their mother passed away, Daniel was heartbroken. He stood alone at her grave while Eric gave a tearful speech and left before the reception. 3 weeks later, their father passed too. That's when the truth came out. Daniel sat at the lawyer's office, still wearing the same worn-out jacket he'd had for years, while the attorney read the will. All assets, including the house and savings, are to be passed to our eldest son, Eric. Daniel froze. Everything, the house he had maintained, the savings he had protected. Why? He whispered. The lawyer looked uncomfortable. It says here they believed Eric was more capable of managing things. Capable? Eric hadn't lifted a finger in years. Daniel walked out in silence. That night, he sat alone in the living room he had cleaned for years, now legally owned by someone else. He cried. Then he stood up, wiped his tears, and made a promise. You took everything. Now watch me build what you can never own. Daniel moved out the next day. He found a small room in the back of a mechanic's shop. He worked long hours fixing engines, saving every dollar. But in that garage, something changed. He started learning. He read books on finance, business, emotional healing. He joined online courses. He started a side, hustle fixing custom bikes, then vintage cars. Within 3 years, Daniel launched his own automotive restoration company. It started in a rented warehouse. Year 5, it became a brand. Eric, on the other hand, had made bad investments, lavish vacations, risky startups, luxury cars on credit. He lost his job. His accounts froze. And the house, mortgaged to fund his failing ventures. When Daniel heard Eric's company went bankrupt, he didn't say a word. Until one day, Eric showed up at Daniel's showroom. Same brother, same charm, a little less polished. Hey, little bro, he said nervously. I heard about your company. Looks like you're doing well. Daniel just nodded. I wanted to ask if you had any opportunities available. Daniel stared at him. You mean a job? Eric nodded. Even part-time. I'm not in a great place. Daniel stood silently for a moment, then said, Let me show you something. Daniel walked Eric to the back of the showroom into a restored vintage room. Old photos, memorabilia, and at the center, a framed copy of the will. Eric's eyes widened. You kept it. Daniel nodded. as a reminder that I may have been forgotten, but I didn't forget. Eric looked ashamed. I didn't know they left me everything. I assumed. You never asked, Daniel said quietly. Eric lowered his head. I'm sorry. Daniel looked at his brother, tired, desperate, broken, and still he didn't hate him. Come back tomorrow, Daniel said finally. Be here at 8 a.m. You'll start in the garage. Eric's eyes widened. Really? But remember, Daniel added, here, you're not the golden child. You're just another man rebuilding his life. Eric nodded slowly, and for the first time in years, Daniel felt seen. Months passed. Eric worked hard, slowly earning respect, learning humility. Daniel grew the company even more, opening a second branch, mentoring young men who had been forgotten just like him. And one day, during a staff meeting, he looked at the team and said, sometimes the world will forget you, even your own family, but your value is not up for them to decide. It's yours to prove. He looked at Eric, then back at the team. Build yourself anyway. Sometimes the people we love the most hurt us the deepest. And sometimes healing doesn't mean revenge. It means rising anyway. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More emotional journeys await.